What you see behind me is the largest and toughest prison in the world with a capacity of 40,000. You can't imagine how dangerous the people in prison here are. How many lives have you taken? How many are 5 or 10? Or are more than 50 and others? These are people. This is the kind of people we have here. Or we will face people. The largest prison in the world, built to hold the most serious criminals in the world. Those who enter here can never leave again in their lifetime. There is no way out. How do you get out of here? In this small country of 6 million people, the largest prison is needed for these gangs. These gangs, which once dominated the entire country, have been facing a dramatic crackdown since March 2022. In just 16 months under the administration of President Nay, Music, Bokil, more than 70,000 people were arrested. That's about 2% of the country's adult population. Thousands of gang members were taken to Sikkim by bus under a security cordon at night. They sat in a tangled mess, their heads bowed, one behind the other. Surrounded by armed guards, no one dared to disobey orders. In a single day, their lives had changed completely. No matter how uncomfortable the answer, I would ask him about his most heinous crimes. 10 minutes. This massive prison, built in 2022, consists of 8 music, separate cells. It is spread over 410 acres of land. Each cell is surrounded by 2 separate 3-meter-high walls. Including razor wire, the entire area is surrounded by a massive 9-meter-high wall with 3-meter-high electric wires with 15,000 volts of electricity flowing through 19 watchtowers around. Music. Nothing escapes the eye. This entire system not only blocks the escape route but also eliminates the thought of escape. Hello. We have permission from the presidency, the soldiers have stopped us. Hopefully this is the last of us. The Che postjammers have blocked all signals within a 2-kilometer area of the site and cut off all communication. More than 600 soldiers are working here to secure this area. We will leave all our belongings here before we enter. We will enter with only a camera and a microphone. Move slowly. Look at the camera. Body scanner. I forgot to put my wedding ring on. Well, you have to put that there. This high-powered X-ray scanner can see bones and even body parts. It is mainly used to scan new prisoners, to make sure if someone was carrying any prohibited items. They would swallow the things or try to bring them on the road or the way. Micro SD memory cards, microchips, and not only that, even phone chargers. Once again, a full body search was carried out. You take off your shoes. They even searched the inside of your socks. It took us an hour to get through the security check. After a month of continuous application, we were invited here. The guards wear masks because they do very risky work here. And if they are recognized, it will be risky to travel in the city. Because these gangs have very well-known links. So they keep their identity secret. Why aren't you wearing a mask? I have to talk to them face to face. They already know who I am. We are now in the registration room. This is only for prisoners. When criminals are caught on the street, they don't have an ID and they don't give their names. That's why their fingerprints and photos are taken and registered in the system. Once they become permanent members of the CIC, prisoners are cut off from all contact with their loved ones for the rest of their lives. Because family visits are strictly prohibited. It is also important to know that some innocent people have been mistakenly detained here during major operations. Due to the strict naval policy here, their families do not even know where they are or if they are even alive. For some, this documentary may be the first opportunity to see their lost loved ones. Before entering the modules where the prisoners enter, we visit the ostricher. This is very important for any uprising, because they are the most dangerous people in the world. We use weapons like the T65 rifle, which is similar to the M6 rifle. We also have another weapon, which is the 12-gauge shotgun. A SIG Sauer rifle makes it easier for us to move around in tight spaces. When criminals are taken to buses, they are handcuffed and tied to the ground to restrict their movement and reduce the risk of attack. Has there ever been an uprising here? There have been no escape attempts so far. Here we have the worst of the criminal organizations. Riot protection gear includes head protection, face shield, neck protection, anti-drone vest, leg protector, singlet, and above all shield. Usually prisoners in prisons carry any kind of handmade weapons. Like knives, they are completely protected. You can see how his feet are protected since the prison is very big, so we have to ride in a bus. We are now entering the labor area. 1,000 workers are working inside the prison to keep the country safe. It is impossible, but let's imagine any prisoner comes out of here. All these stones are placed here intentionally because when they walk on it, it will